I was like a broken person.
I didn't follow the requirements I was supposed to. I started them, but didn't complete them, and hid my kids from them for 2 weeks. And then the cops came to my house, and it was just horrible.
When they took my kids, that's when I knew. I didn't really think I had a problem, but I knew something was wrong. Terrible. You know, so, and you see it happen to other people, but you don't think it happened to you.
We were failing our families. Before Dependency Drug Court, we only had 18% of families who actually reunified and had their children come home and their cases closed out with parents who no longer had substance abuse problems.
The families that present themselves have multiple problems. It's never just one problem. It's never just drugs, or it's never just mental health. It's never just homelessness, lack of education. And the children have a lot of problems as well. It's not about a clean urine. It's about changing the way you live your life, keeping your children safe, nurturing your children, giving your children a chance to live a productive, happy life without trauma. That's what the goal is.
Making our clients a priority, which is so important to have the whole community recognize that child welfare clients, parents and children are a priority is a big hurdle to overcome.
The importance of seeing the family unit as the client and not the child as one client and the parent as another client. And the importance of integrating treatment into one holistic approach as opposed to having parallel treatments.
Yeah. So like here there's one for orthodontics, pediatrics.
It's so important to build integrity and trust, and it still is. But those first few years were critical. So we really watched everything, and it was important that we shared our information and that we were all upfront with what we were doing. Everyone was involved with building our policies and procedures.
The most important thing to make a system like this work is collaboration. Having everybody at the table from the very start, not bringing in a system and trying to impose it on some of the parties in the system that may not have buy-in. You've got to get buy-in if it's going to work.
Everyone agrees that we want parents to be safe, nurturing parents. Everyone agrees that good quality treatment on demand is important, and everybody agrees accountability is needed for people to succeed. And so everyone came together and said, those 5 or 6 things we agree with, after all the yelling and talking and fighting.
When I first got into this program, I was very resentful. I was mad. I was getting ready to go to the Capitol and do a fast to get my son back, you know. I really didn't like this process at all. And as I went through the STARS program and realized that these people that are trying to teach me about my disease have gone through it themselves. So that was kind of it was a blessing, because it wasn't somebody who's never experienced what I've experienced telling me what I need to learn, you know. I mean, it was somebody who had actually been there and was doing the deal, staying sober one day at a time.
That courtroom gets quiet, and you can see the effect it's having on all the people around them. When a client stands up there and they say, I got my child back, and you can see the people in the room that say, I want to be just like them. I want my child back too. You know? You can see it.
You actually have to go to court and you have to do all the programs, all the parenting, because it really does teach you a lot when you go through therapy and parenting and everything, you know, so it's worth it. I mean, as long as you get your child back at the end, it's all very worth it.
Most I can say is that it's tough and it's hard sometimes, you know, mentally, but it benefits everyone in your family, it benefits yourself and your children, and staying clean and sober, and it's all worth it. Being being here and in dependency court working, all of us together, it has tremendously turned around our lives. And I'm so thankful. And without any of this, drug court, village, it would have been possible and he would have been somewhere else.
I remember when I graduated and she came down off of the bench to come down and take a picture with me. It was like a great moment. A judge is actually coming off the bench to congratulate me on being successful. 6 months prior, the judge had told me that I couldn't take care of my own child, and now they're telling me, congratulations, you've made it, you're a better person.
After receiving treatment, I can see the joy in their face, not only the mothers, but also the children.
The next step is yours to take. Familiarizing yourself with these tools and models is much less difficult than it once was because of the innovative work done by many of your colleagues around the country. Online training is available, and so is our website, where you can find the materials developed by the many national and local groups. We can make the lives of these children and families better by making better connections among our agencies and services. Please join us and take the next steps toward that better life for hundreds of thousands of children and their families.